Welcome to Cowboys Nation News, your go-to source for all things Dallas Cowboys. Today, we're diving into a number of critical updates surrounding the team, starting with the latest on Micah Parsons and his ongoing contract situation. ESPN's Adam Schefter has provided yet another sizable update, and unfortunately, it's not the news Cowboys fans were hoping for. According to Schefter, the negotiations between Micah Parsons and the Cowboys appear to be heading toward a potential split. While there's technically a chance a deal could be reached, the current indications suggest that the two sides are far apart, and the possibility of an amicable resolution seems increasingly unlikely. Schefter explained that at some point, whether now, after the season, or in the next year or two, the two sides may find themselves heading toward what he described as a divorce, a term that Cowboys fans will remember from previous tense negotiations, such as those with Dak Prescott. Similar language was used during Dak's negotiations, indicating that tensions had risen to a point where both sides were unsure of whether a deal could be made, and a similar situation seems to be unfolding with Micah Parsons. Since the trade request earlier this offseason, the situation has remained stagnant. There has been little to no direct communication between Micah Parsons' camp and the Cowboys, with Parsons' representatives making it clear that they will no longer initiate contact. At this point, it is entirely up to the Jones family to make the next move, which represents a significant organizational lapse. The fact that both sides were reportedly very close to a deal months ago only adds to the embarrassment and frustration among fans. The current state of affairs reflects poorly on the team's front office and highlights potential issues with ego and communication that have prevented a deal from being finalized. It's clear that hurt feelings are playing a major role, particularly on Parsons' side, while the Cowboys appear to be underestimating the complexities of the situation. While Jerry Jones may believe that a simple phone call could resolve the issues, the reality is likely far more complicated, and resolving the situation could require a substantial contract offer, potentially in the range of $45 million per year, which could smooth over the difficulties and mend some of the rifts. There are several potential paths forward for the Cowboys and Parsons. One scenario involves the Jones family reaching out and acknowledging the missteps in communication, apologizing for the mishandling of negotiations, and offering a contract that meets Parsons' demands, perhaps 4 years at $45 million per year with record-setting guarantees. If structured properly, this approach could result in a deal that benefits both parties. The Cowboys would maintain 3 years of team control over Parsons, including this year on the 5th-year option, plus the potential use of franchise tags in subsequent seasons. Strategically, this could provide the team with salary cap flexibility while avoiding the immediate financial strain of a fully backloaded contract. For Parsons, accepting such an offer would represent a form of generational wealth, something few players in the league turn down, as evidenced by previous contracts for elite pass rushers like Myles Garrett. If a deal is not reached before the season, the situation could resemble the Dak Prescott franchise tag path. Parsons would continue to play under his existing terms, potentially accepting game checks while the Jones family and the team evaluate long-term options. If no resolution is reached, the team could find itself contemplating a franchise tag and potential trade scenario, which is not an ideal position for either party. While a trade seems unlikely at this stage, it remains a possibility if the contract deadlock continues, further complicating the Cowboys' roster and strategic planning. The long-term consequences of not resolving Parsons' contract could affect not just the defensive front, but the team's overall competitiveness, given Parsons' impact as a generational talent on the field. In addition to Parsons, ESPN's Todd Archer highlighted several other areas of concern that could lead to roster moves for the Cowboys. One significant issue is the backup quarterback position. The performance of Joe Milton and Will Grier has fallen far below expectations, prompting the team to explore additional options. Notably, the Cowboys reportedly attempted to sign Jacoby Brissett this offseason, a development that adds context to the urgency at the quarterback position. Free agent options are limited, with players like Carson Wentz, C.J. Beathard, and Ryan Tannehill either struggling to meet standards or potentially unavailable due to retirement or lack of interest. Trade candidates like Jameis Winston or Taylor Heinicke could provide temporary stability, though neither represents a long-term solution. The difficulty in finding a reliable backup quarterback in mid-August underscores the precarious nature of the position and the challenge the Cowboys face heading into the season. It's increasingly likely that Milton will remain on the roster alongside Dak Prescott, leaving uncertainty about whether Greer or another option can adequately fill the QB2 role. This situation could have ripple effects throughout the offensive strategy, impacting play calling, game planning, and overall team stability. Defensively, the secondary is another area of concern. Todd Archer specifically noted the team's current injury situation, with Trayvon Diggs and Sione Takataki among those expected to miss significant time. Diggs' return is projected potentially by the end of September, while other players like Savon Revel face similar recovery timelines following injuries. Kalen Carson remains questionable for Week 1 due to limited preseason participation. The Cowboys' depth in the secondary currently relies on players such as Izzy Muhammad, Andrew Booth, Keon Hall, and Zion Childress, with Troy Pride possibly contributing as well. While some of these players have performed well in preseason games, the upcoming matchups against elite NFC East receivers like Devonta Smith, A.J. Brown, and Jahan Dotson will present a much tougher challenge. The uncertainty surrounding player health and experience in the secondary has led to speculation about whether the team should pursue additional cornerback help. Free agent options like Kendall Fuller and Stephon Gilmore offer potential solutions, providing experience, versatility, and familiarity with NFL systems. Fuller has played both nickel and outside roles and has NFC East experience, while Gilmore's veteran presence and previous knowledge of the Cowboys' operations make him an attractive signing to stabilize the secondary before the regular season begins. Overall, the Cowboys face a complex set of roster and contract challenges as the season approaches. Micah Parsons' contract situation remains the most pressing issue, with implications for team morale, salary cap management, and defensive strategy. Backup quarterback performance, secondary depth, defensive tackle adequacy, and left tackle readiness also present potential areas of concern that could necessitate roster moves or strategic adjustments. As fans watch the unfolding developments, the decisions made by the Jones family and the front office will be critical in determining whether the Cowboys can maintain competitiveness and stability throughout the upcoming season. The combination of contractual uncertainty, injury concerns, and positional weaknesses presents a dynamic landscape that will require careful management, timely decision-making, and potentially bold moves to ensure the team's aspirations remain on track. The Cowboys are navigating a high-stakes preseason with multiple moving parts, and fans are rightfully focused on how the team will respond to these challenges. The next few weeks leading up to the regular season will be pivotal in shaping the roster, finalizing key contracts, and preparing the team for the rigors of the NFL season. Whether it's resolving Parsons' contract, solidifying the quarterback room, shoring up defensive depth, or ensuring offensive line stability, the actions taken now will have lasting consequences for the team's performance. With a combination of veteran leadership, promising young talent, and strategic acquisitions, the Cowboys have the tools to address these challenges, but execution and timing will be crucial. As the preseason progresses, all eyes remain on the team's front office, coaching staff, and players to see how they navigate the complex landscape and position themselves for success. As the Cowboys continue to navigate this complex offseason landscape, attention increasingly turns toward free agency and the potential moves that could define the team's competitiveness heading into the regular season. Beyond Micah Parsons' contract, which dominates headlines, there are several strategic decisions that could shape the Cowboys' season and influence long-term roster stability. Free agency remains a critical tool for the team to address immediate weaknesses while simultaneously building depth and maintaining flexibility for future contract negotiations. Among the most pressing considerations is the defensive secondary, which, as previously discussed, faces uncertainty due to injuries and inexperience. The Cowboys have options, but they're constrained by timing, available talent, and salary cap considerations. Signing a veteran cornerback or safety could provide immediate stability, allowing younger players to develop without being overexposed to elite offensive talent. The challenge lies in balancing short-term needs with long-term planning, ensuring that any addition complements the existing roster rather than creating additional contractual or strategic complications. Players such as Kendall Fuller or Stephon Gilmore present appealing options because they combine experience, versatility, and proven performance in high-pressure situations. Fuller's ability to play both outside and nickel corner gives the Cowboys multiple deployment possibilities, particularly against NFC East opponents who feature fast, skilled wide receivers. Gilmore, while older, brings a wealth of knowledge and the kind of veteran leadership that can positively influence a young secondary while providing a safety net in critical situations. In addition to secondary depth, the Cowboys' interior defensive line warrants significant attention. Motzie Smith has shown promise but remains a developing talent. The lack of proven veteran presence in the defensive tackle rotation could compromise both run defense and pass rush, placing additional strain on edge rushers and linebackers. The Cowboys could explore late preseason free agent acquisitions to bolster this position, targeting players who can immediately contribute and mentor younger teammates. While options are limited, strategic signings could help mitigate depth concerns and ensure the defensive line remains competitive against high-powered NFC offenses. Players like Michael Pierce or veteran journeyman could offer short-term stability without committing to long-term financial risk. The team must weigh the potential immediate impact against the salary cap and roster space, as these decisions could influence both the present season and future contract negotiations with core players. Offensively, left tackle remains a subtle but critical concern. Tyler Smith's injury recovery has left the position in a state of uncertainty, with Nathan Thomas serving as the primary replacement. While Thomas has shown competence in preseason action, the absence of a fully healthy starter introduces an element of risk, particularly when protecting Dak Prescott against elite edge rushers. The Cowboys could explore the trade market or veteran free agents to shore up the position if necessary, although realistic options are limited at this stage. Meanwhile, internal development, combined with strategic offensive line coaching, may provide the team with a workable solution if the coaching staff can implement schemes that reduce exposure and maximize Thomas's strengths. The situation requires careful monitoring throughout training camp and preseason games, as even minor deficiencies at left tackle can have cascading effects on offensive rhythm, quarterback health, and overall team performance. Another area that warrants attention is the backup quarterback situation. Joe Milton and Will Grier have struggled to instill confidence as viable long-term options. The Cowboys reportedly explored free agent options, such as Jacoby Brissett, but have limited options remaining. This precarious position creates a strategic dilemma. The team must ensure that Dak Prescott has adequate protection in the event of injury while balancing roster flexibility and potential trade opportunities. Free agent signings, practice squad promotions, or even emergency signings could provide temporary stability, but the situation remains a point of vulnerability. The importance of a reliable backup quarterback cannot be overstated, as history has shown that injuries or poor performance at this position can derail even the most promising seasons. In this context, the Cowboys must approach roster construction with a combination of caution and creativity, ensuring they maintain both depth and adaptability. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. The sports world is buzzing with excitement following the sensational news that Dak Prescott, the star quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, has officially signed a new 3-year contract with the team, sending ripples of anticipation and speculation throughout the NFL community. Fans and pundits alike are buzzing with theories about what this agreement could mean for the future of Dallas, especially given Prescott's track record of leadership, resilience, and on-field brilliance. While the details of the financials remain largely under wraps, insiders suggest that this deal not only secures Prescott's presence in Dallas, but also positions the team for potential playoff dominance in the coming seasons. The locker room atmosphere reportedly shifted immediately following the announcement, with teammates expressing a mixture of relief and renewed determination, sensing that a long-term commitment from their quarterback could finally stabilize what has often been an unpredictable roster. Meanwhile, rival teams are quietly recalibrating their strategies, aware that a fully committed Prescott in prime form represents a formidable obstacle to their playoff aspirations. Social media erupted almost instantly, with hashtags celebrating Prescott trending nationally, while speculative threads about his possible records, leadership style, and impact on Dallas offensive strategies dominated sports forums. This contract extension seems to signify more than just a financial transaction. It's a declaration of intent, signaling that the Cowboys are doubling down on their championship ambitions with Prescott as the linchpin of their strategy. Analysts are now projecting that Dallas may become the epicenter of NFL excitement, drawing eyes not just domestically but internationally as well. The cultural impact of this signing is already evident, with merchandise sales reportedly spiking, fan engagement through team apps reaching record highs, and local businesses capitalizing on the renewed fervor around the franchise. There's an undeniable sense of momentum, a feeling that the Cowboys are on the cusp of something monumental, and Dak Prescott is at the very heart of this brewing storm of anticipation. As whispers circulate regarding how the team plans to optimize Prescott's skill set, insiders hint at potential tweaks in the offensive playbook, adjusted training regimens, and possibly even high-profile acquisitions aimed at complementing his dynamic quarterback abilities. The excitement is tangible, palpable even, as fans anticipate seeing how this renewed partnership between Prescott and Dallas will manifest on Sundays. Whether this marks the beginning of a dynasty or a short-lived flirtation with glory remains to be seen. But one thing is clear. The NFL landscape has shifted dramatically overnight, with Dak Prescott firmly at the center of the conversation, igniting debates, discussions, and dreams among Cowboys faithful and casual observers alike, who are all now united by the shared thrill of what could unfold in the next 3 years. Rumors surrounding Dak Prescott's new 3-year deal with the Dallas Cowboys have ignited a whirlwind of speculation, debate, and excitement that extends far beyond the team's home turf, with experts dissecting every possible implication of the signing and fans flooding social media with predictions, analysis, and passionate opinions about what the move means for the team's prospects. Analysts are dissecting Prescott's past performances, pointing to his consistency under pressure, his knack for reading defenses, and his ability to make plays in critical moments as key factors that make this contract potentially transformative for the Cowboys. There's chatter among insiders that the front office views Prescott as not merely a quarterback, but as a franchise cornerstone capable of reshaping the team's culture and identity, a player whose influence reaches beyond the field into recruitment, mentorship, and even the psychological dynamics of the locker room. Meanwhile, rival teams are reportedly analyzing every nuance of Prescott's game film, looking for weaknesses, while simultaneously revising their defensive strategies to counter what may now become a more aggressive and confident Dallas offense. Sports podcasts and television programs are inundated with speculation, with analysts debating whether this 3-year extension represents a commitment to a long-term dynasty or a strategic maneuver to stabilize the team's quarterback situation while exploring future options. Betting markets have also responded, with lines shifting subtly as bettors react to the perceived increased stability that Prescott's continued presence brings. Some insiders suggest that the deal could influence the team's draft and trade strategies, allowing Dallas to be more selective in acquiring offensive weapons, since they can rely on Prescott's proven leadership and chemistry with his current targets. In locker room circles, whispers suggest that younger players are now more motivated than ever, inspired by Prescott's renewed commitment, with many reportedly seeing him as a mentor figure who can guide them toward peak performance under high-stakes conditions. Off the field, sponsors and partners have been quick to respond, with several reportedly considering new marketing campaigns featuring Prescott, leveraging his star power and the excitement surrounding the contract announcement. Fans have taken to city streets, social media, and local establishments to celebrate. And while no official team statement has hinted at immediate tactical changes, speculation continues to swirl regarding how Prescott's style, decision-making, and leadership might be leveraged more effectively to maximize offensive output. The buzz is so intense that even casual NFL observers can't help but notice that the Dallas Cowboys are back in the headlines. Not just as a team, but as a franchise whose identity and ambition are now intrinsically linked with Prescott's performance, making every upcoming game a potential storyline that could dominate sports media cycles for months to come. The excitement surrounding Dak Prescott's new 3-year deal has created an undercurrent of intrigue and speculation that continues to ripple across sports news platforms, fan forums, and insider discussions, with every analyst trying to interpret the strategic significance of the Cowboys' decision in both the short and long term. Pundits are raising questions about how this renewed commitment might alter team dynamics, from the offensive line to the receiving core, as they explore whether Prescott's presence might encourage higher-caliber acquisitions, improve team cohesion, and more innovative game planning by coaching staff looking to exploit his strengths. Within the league, rival quarterbacks and coaching staffs are reportedly adjusting their expectations, preparing for matchups against a Dallas team that now benefits from the stability and continuity that comes with a 3-year commitment from a quarterback of Prescott's caliber. Betting odds and fantasy football valuations are already fluctuating, with analysts suggesting that Prescott's renewed presence could shift the Cowboys from playoff hopefuls to serious Super Bowl contenders, depending on how effectively the coaching staff leverages his leadership, decision-making, and ability to perform under pressure. Rumors and speculation regarding Dak Prescott's 3-year signing with the Dallas Cowboys have escalated into what some sports insiders describe as a frenzy of excitement and uncertainty, with commentators, analysts, and fans dissecting each potential outcome of the deal while imagining how the quarterback's continued presence might reshape the team's identity, offensive philosophy, and even cultural impact within the franchise. Observers have pointed to Prescott's proven ability to handle high-pressure situations, his track record in critical games, and his leadership both on and off the field as factors that make this contract a potential turning point for Dallas, creating opportunities not just for tactical innovation, but for a broader reinvigoration of team culture that could resonate across every unit, from coaching staff to young recruits. While the specifics of the deal remain partially confidential, industry insiders suggest that it reflects confidence in Prescott's performance, resilience, and ability to guide the team through high-stakes scenarios, implying that the Cowboys intend to build their offensive strategy and long-term planning around his continued leadership, possibly altering draft priorities, trade discussions, and even coaching approaches to optimize his skill set. Social media buzz has been immense, with fans speculating on everything from Prescott's potential statistical milestones to his influence on game day strategies, while sports podcasts and news channels have been flooded with debates about whether this extension could mark the beginning of a dynasty or simply serve as a stabilizing measure for a team long criticized for inconsistency at the quarterback position. Off the field, the 3-year deal has generated excitement among sponsors, marketing partners, and local businesses, all of which appear poised to capitalize on the renewed fan enthusiasm, while analysts emphasize that the contract may also influence the psychology of rival teams, who now must contend with the certainty that a fully committed Prescott will lead Dallas for multiple seasons. Rumors abound regarding possible shifts in offensive schemes, with some insiders hinting at a more aggressive, dynamic approach designed to maximize Prescott's strengths, while others speculate about adjustments to the roster to complement his abilities, including strategic acquisitions or shifts in personnel deployment. Meanwhile, the Cowboys' locker room atmosphere reportedly brims with optimism, motivation, and cautious anticipation as players consider how Prescott's continued presence might influence team chemistry, accountability, and performance under pressure. This combination of strategic intrigue, fan fervor, and league-wide attention underscores the multifaceted impact of Prescott's 3-year commitment, transforming the signing from a routine contractual decision into a focal point of speculation, narrative building, and anticipation that will shape perceptions of the Dallas Cowboys, their identity, and their potential for success in the seasons to come. Whispers and rumors surrounding Dak Prescott's new 3-year contract with the Dallas Cowboys continue to dominate sports discourse, creating a complex tapestry of speculation, excitement, and analysis that reflects the high stakes associated with such a pivotal signing in the NFL landscape. particularly for a franchise like Dallas, whose identity and expectations have long been intertwined with the performance and leadership of its quarterback. Experts have dissected Prescott's career trajectory, pointing to his ability to consistently execute under pressure, his accuracy in crucial situations, and his knack for elevating his team during high-stakes moments as key justifications for this extension, while noting that the implications extend far beyond the field, potentially shaping locker room culture, team morale, and even recruitment strategies over the next 3 years. In the media, conversations swirl around the potential adjustments to offensive schemes, with speculation that the coaching staff may adopt more complex, flexible, and quarterback-friendly plays to exploit Prescott's decision-making abilities and game vision, while analysts debate whether the team might invest in complementary talent to fully leverage his strengths. Fan forums and social media platforms are awash with predictions, from statistical milestones and record-breaking performances to hypothetical playoff runs, creating a near-constant buzz that positions Prescott as a central figure not only in the Cowboys' plans, but also in the broader narrative of the NFL's competitive landscape. Meanwhile, rival franchises are reportedly adjusting their strategic preparations, recognizing that Prescott's sustained presence at quarterback enhances Dallas' offensive cohesion, consistency, and potential for late-game resilience, forcing competitors to account for a quarterback who combines experience, leadership, and athletic skill at a high level. Sponsorships and marketing teams are reportedly working overtime to capitalize on the renewed excitement surrounding the team, hinting at campaigns, promotions, and public relations efforts designed to maximize fan engagement and commercial impact, while season ticket holders and local businesses express enthusiasm about the perceived stability Prescott's signing brings to the franchise. Behind the scenes, locker room dynamics are reportedly shifting as younger players look to Prescott for mentorship and leadership, inspired by his renewed commitment and by the prospect of a stable quarterback situation that could finally allow the team to focus on execution, strategy, and performance rather than uncertainty. As the NFL world watches closely, every preseason development, every practice highlight, and every strategic adjustment now carries amplified significance, making Prescott's 3-year deal a catalyst for narratives, rumors, and speculation that will undoubtedly dominate conversations, shaping expectations, strategies, and fan experiences throughout his tenure, and signaling that the Dallas Cowboys story in the coming seasons will be inextricably linked to the trajectory of their quarterback, Dak Prescott. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.